We had one really
Excuse me.
good question from our What Do You Think About segment, and that's the first thing that I want to address today. It's a phenomenal question.
Okay.
Where do I start? The question was, where do I start?
Is that the question? Like, where do I start?
That's it. No context on where do I start ABC or XYZ. So it's up to our interpretation. I think that was probably purposeful from the person who submitted it, but they just wanted to know where I start. So I'll let you start by sharing where they should
Oh
start.
gosh. Here's what's great. We don't believe in cookie cutter approaches to health, Trevor. We are redefining health, and we're not going to say, here's your 1, 2, 3 step plan, and after this, in 30 days, you're going to live a truly healthy life after this purchase of $39.95. Like, it's not that. So step one is a conversation of why. Where do I start? I mean, I could go a million different ways. Step number one is our identity in Christ. But practically, it could be a simple conversation with a HOLO HLTH coach. Where would you say, Trevor?
That's a
It's
great
just such an
question.
ambiguous, like, I mean, do you want to lose 30 pounds? Okay, let's come to strength and fitness. Do you want
Yeah.
to learn about true health? Let's go through the Health is Freedom program. If you want one-on-one coaching, let's hop on a call. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. I got to think about it from the lens of like, okay, I'm super green, super new to this health thing, and I see Holos posting stuff. I want to be healthy. Where do I start? So I think before you even get into some of those things, which I think are great responses, Alex, I think like you said, you got to start with, we need to understand the definition. You talk about it. You said, I think you said either definition. They don't know that, bro. You got to
Really
tell a
quick,
story.
we're
You tell it.
recording videos for our online course called the Health is Freedom course. Shout out, it's amazing. And we were recording, and Trevor was doing a video, and instead of we're saying redefine or definition, he said definition and kept talking, and I was like, definition, and then he just loses it.
I
So
lost
anytime
it.
I hear the word definition on Trevor, I just have to scream definition.
There's a chance that I can find the video and post it on social media eventually, but that's not the point.
So
The point
definition.
is that, yes, you have to define the terms, and it's important.
It's contagious. It's contagious.
Oh, dude, you can't.
You can't make
It's
this up.
important. It's important to understand. It's important to understand the definition of health. That is literally one of the reasons we exist, to redefine what health actually is. Because when people say that, they think, got to get in shape,
Gotta lose
and I
weight.
got to get my diet right. Got to
Join the
get my
gym.
diet right. Got to get moving. Neither of those are bad. Those are a part of two parts of a truly healthy life: the inclusiveness of a well-balanced, clean, mostly clean diet and movement. So those are parts of the puzzle, but really you need to understand who God is, and you need to understand who you are in Christ. Those two key pieces are huge, because what happens is there's a mindset shift. Okay, if all that you think health is diet and exercise, then all you're going to pursue is a number on a scale, of a body that you might see on a magazine checking out at the grocery store, or a influencer on social media.
That's good.
And you're gonna always be disappointed, whether you admit that or articulate that or not. And here's what I think is important: is that I would say we both came from a position of just like this. Where do I start?
Yeah.
And how do we go? So I think what's awesome is this person wants to start. What I would suggest is, man, if you don't know who the Lord is, if you don't know who Jesus is, reach out to us, because we'd love to talk to you about him. Talk to somebody in your life that you know loves Jesus, is a follower of Christ, and start to have those conversations from the lens of practically pursuing health. From that point, it's our 7 habits of health. It's sleep well, eat clean, move often, increase clarity, decrease stress, cultivate community, and embrace purpose. Now, here, hold the phone here. Those are important, but we're not building 7 habits at once. We'd actually not encourage you to do that at all. I believe, from the place of understanding who God is and who you are in God, the next step, Alex, is going to be the 3 parts of what we call our HOLO challenge, which
Yeah.
are going to be building small sustainable habits around your physical health.
Yeah.
Specifically, and they impact other areas, but they're most directly correlated with the physical, the body side of our health, which would be sleeping 7 to 9 hours a night, eating one whole, clean, real meal that is based of nutrient-dense foods, lean proteins, fruits, veggies, whole grains, starches, and then 30 minutes of movement a day. I would say that's the starting point. And I'd do that for 3-6 months
Yeah.
and see
And
what
just
happens.
focus on that.
Yeah. What would you say? Would you agree?
100%. I think you hit a home run there. I was kind of thinking a little bit too ambiguous. I like how you took a complex, big thing and made it very simple. Because one habit of truly healthy people is the habit not just of learning what health is, but unlearning a poor definition and relearning the new definition, where we
Poor
constantly have to
definition.
be pruning and refining where we're going and what we're believing. Like you said, where do we start? There's a lot of assumptions there. Start means finish. Start means I'm heading this direction. You're saying, hey,
That's a
we
good
need to
point.
make sure that we're going on this direction. Or path A,
Yeah.
I may not even be going down the right path. We need to make sure we clarify and define what path we're even on, which is what we're saying is true health, which is the sole mission of HOLO Health. So, I
Right.
mean, you nailed that.
Thanks.
That's all I would say.
But yeah, and I would say don't get overwhelmed with all of the information out there. I think there's this could be a whole other conversation, but I think there's so much value in learning skills surrounding health related behaviors that allow you to be autonomous. So,
Yeah,
for example,
independent versus dependent. Yeah,
correct, that make you more independent. You figure out how to prime your environment to sleep so that you can get the most quality sleep possible. You understand how to move, how to exercise in any environment. No access to equipment. I'm in a garage with a dumbbell, or I'm at a full-fledged gym. I'm at a hotel gym. I'm at my house. I know how to eat at my house. I go out to a restaurant. I know how to eat
right.
nutrient-dense foods at a restaurant. I go to a party. I go to my grandparents. All of these different environments, and the list goes on, right? So I think learning skills that make you more independent in your pursuit of a truly healthy life are super valuable. And the first place to start, to kind of wrap up this question, would be, man, if you don't know Jesus, talk to either us, reach out to us through social media, or the contact us form on our website, or someone that you know that loves Jesus.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
second, from there is start with the HOLO challenge. I'm actually going to share about that on social media this upcoming week. Just, hey, where do we say start? And what does that look like? So we're going to post and share some material on that, and maybe a free kind of PDF. And I love what you said, just to kind of button this up, Alex, is you got to start, right? You can't just go without starting, but there's no finish line.
Right.
And the reason we say that is because you don't stop taking care of your health. It moves with you from season to season throughout your entire life.
Right.
And God calls us to run the race with endurance. And in that specifically, he's talking about running this race of pursuing Christ's likeness for our entire time on earth, which includes stewarding what we've been given well, just
Right.
as Jesus did. I don't know if you'd add anything as we close that one out.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm sitting here learning from you. That's the beauty of doing this together, that I'm like, yeah, you're refining and reminding me, but I love what you said, and I love what we say here at Whole Health, is that a truly healthy life starts with Jesus.
Yeah.
That if we are missing that, or if we are missing an intimate relationship and our identity solid in Christ, then we're going to have a lot of missing pieces in our health. Not to say that we can't achieve greater levels of health, but we're just going to hit a ceiling at some point, because a lot of the times our motivation to increase levels of health is out of a need that we need to be met from a misplaced identity, which is why true health starts first within, and then our expressions of behaviors, the 7 habits of health, is actually an extension of what God is doing in our hearts rather than trying to change by confirmation. The world says change by what you do, then it'll eventually change who you are, which there is value to that, but ultimately, we come before the cross and say, God, my body is a steward, my body is a temple, and I want to give back what you have given me and be a good steward, kind of like what you just said. And then now my pursuit of health is in the context of health as a means to an end, health is attention to manage, health is stewardship, health is freedom, all these basically correct understandings that we unpack in the True Health program, Trevor, about how our body and our health is contextualized in who we are in Christ so that we can now love and serve other people better. So that's it.
If you didn't expect to get that good stuff, listener, I mean, gee,
man,
come on.
And
what?
This is free, Trevor.
Hey, man, we just want to help people. That's all it comes down to. It's on our heart.